Bonjour mes amis, hi guys, this is Geneva Watchmaking at its finest and rarest. We have here Roger Dubuis Hommage series H37 minute repeater perpetual calendar in rose gold, only one of nine ever made with a Geneva seal, extremely beautifully finished movement. This watch is on consignment at the partner of this channel, BackWatch Department. Check out the link in the description if you want to inquire about availability, pricing, and any other information that you would like to see about this exceptionally rare sought after watch. I don't think there is any video about it actually on YouTube. The watch comes with the original beautiful buckle with the Roger Dubuis logo, which is echoed on the crown and on the seal screen at the underside of the sapphire crystal above the movement. All right, so the dial has an incredible pattern there on a handmade guilloche engine turning machine. Back then there were no CNC, so you get the real deal Breguet numerals applied, as well as the dot indices. Here you have the day, the month in apertures. You have the date in a circular fashion, and a beautiful moon phase as well for this perpetual calendar. The leaf hands are blued. And the indication here, the green aperture shows that it's another leap year. The leap year, I think, will be showing in red. So obviously this calendar is not at the right date, probably because we are on an actual leap year. So you see also Bulletin d'Observatoire. This watch is like all the other early Roger Dubuis watches, chronometer certified. And at the bottom of the dial, between the Swiss and the made words, you will see four letters which mean handmade, Geneva quality, GQHM, Geneva quality, handmade. The case in full rose gold, very imposing, has the lugs integrated to the case, and you can see on the side the slider and the pushers to readjust the calendar. Now the movement is caliber 2639 by Roger Dubuis. The base is Lemania 389 minute repeater, so it is an 80s minute repeater type of technology, similar to what Patek would have used. Geneva seal, as I mentioned. I have to hide the actual serial number. It is a number out of 9. Now the watch is running at 2.5 hertz, adjusted in 5 positions, 40 hours of power reserve on a single barrel. Features an overcoiler hairspring for better performance in various positions. As you can see, there's the Roger Dubuis logo seal screen under the sapphire crystal, as I mentioned. In terms of the finishing, you have beautiful bevels, you have these imposing Geneva stripes as well. The jewels and the screw sinks are beveled as well. There's some black polish on the screw heads and the swan's neck and other little parts. Satination on the wheel, solarization on the barrel, and even engine turning on the base plate, classic from Geneva Watchmaking. And the strikers for the minute repeater are in steel and polished to a mirror finish with nice bevel, and you can see that the sharp outward angles are always very difficult to create. This is a little work of art, and back then Roger Dubuis, who's a discreet, refined watchmaker, wanted to pay tribute to the classic watchmaking, and of course a lot of elements that you will find in the Patek watches, where he had worked for 14 years. Before that he worked for Longines actually. So Roger Dubuis in the 80s decided to work on his own, repairing clocks and watches, and later on, together with his friend Jean-Marc Wiederrecht, another legend of independent watchmaking. They worked on a double retrograde perpetual calendar module for at first Harry Winston, and then you found it in the Sympathy watches of Roger Dubuis. So Roger Dubuis met a Portuguese immigrant with grand ambitions to create a watchmaking company, and so they did that in the mid-90s, and Roger Dubuis became the brand. And you had the homage series of watches, so this type of round watches, and you had the sympathy type of cases, very original case. Later on in the early 2000s, as the brand grew, Roger Dubuis retired as a watchmaker in 2003, while Carlos Diaz took it to a much larger production, creating in-house as much as possible, very complex movement, which apparently were not always working that well. Anyway, the brand grew, the footprint also grew immensely, and then to 2008, the financial crisis, everything went down crumbling, and Richemont bought the brand, including the rights for the Lemania calibers, actually. Which is why you can still find it in the group being produced. The watch, coming back to the watch on the wrist, it wears wonderfully, 37 millimeter, I believe, or thereabouts. Really an imposing, beautiful, strikingly beautiful timepiece. And yeah, Roger Dubuis himself later on came back to the brand as an ambassador, but there's nothing obviously in common between this watch and the current production of the brand, which has watches bearing names such as the Excalibur, making watches for Lamborghini and whatnot. But there you go. This is sort of an artifact of bygone times where some incredible watchmakers were making incredible timepieces. So link in the description if you want to know more and perhaps even acquire this rare timepiece. There will be a long time until you see another one on the market, probably. And I hope you have enjoyed this video together with me discovering this watch, thanks to BackWatch Department. So big thanks to them. Bye bye, guys.